So the abandoned trailer came out, and guess what? It turned out to be the exact same thing they had tweeted on the 10th and then released a trailer of via their app on the PlayStation 5. This is Kojima. It is 100% Kojima. I'm going to talk about why I think that, and there's no other answer in my mind. But if it isn't Kojima, that's even worse. So let's get into it. Before I remind you again that this is definitely Kojima, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so that you know when this content goes live. But yeah, so this is Kojima, right? I am absolutely convinced. I know, what does their pinned tweet say? Their pinned tweet says, "We want to set things straight. We have no relations with Konami. Silent Hill is owned by Konami. We do not have any relations with Hideo Kojima. It was never our intention to tease the name as Silent Hill. We sincerely apologize for this." And then what are their next steps? They tease a blurred out image of a dude with an eye patch that looks exactly like Solid Snake. And then their visual teaser is clearly Silent Hill. It is clearly Silent Hill. So I don't care what they say. I don't care that Hassan came out crying. At this point, this is just enough weird and interesting, but it's like, there's just enough things with Kojima talking about at the Game Awards, how he wants to figure out new, interesting ways to reveal games. His conference about PT and how like it's getting harder to trick fans. And now all of this stuff with Blue Box Games, them posting the teaser, and then a bunch of stuff went wrong with the app. Oh no. Then it's a 5 gigabyte download for the same teaser released on the 10th. And this has been going on for a long time now. I got one of those stray hairs again. Get out of here. Get. Anyway, I'm going crazy because anybody who doesn't think this is Kojima, you're crazy. So let me just talk about that for a second though. So this is Kojima, I think, but if it's not, that's almost worse. I feel like if it's Kojima, he'll be forgiven for, Hassan crying and saying it's not Kojima. He'll just be like, oh, I wanted to make sure that the surprise was still there. I wanted the people to be interested and excited, and it worked. And people are like, oh, yay, Kojima. I think it's kind of a jerk move to do that though. But what's going to be worse is if it isn't Kojima. If it is not Kojima, then what are we left with? We're left with, I don't know, like one of the worst marketing stunts I've ever seen in my life, right? Like just constant delays, things not working, things getting pushed back further and further. I do think this is a Silent Hill game, and just the way the guy is walking across the floorboards, I'm like, that's a Kojima animation. It's absolutely Kojima. And it's sort of fun to be in on it, but at the same time, they keep doing this where they're like, oh, we're going to show it. And then they don't really show it. And then they do. And people, myself included, are pretty fed up. We're like, we get it. It's Kojima. We know it's Silent Hill. Can you just show it already? I mean, they're getting tons of followers every time they do another one of these teases. So then there's the other side of it. Well, first of all, what if it is just the abandoned game? How well do you think that's going to go over? I would say not well. I think people are going to be mad. I feel like the Blue Box Game Studios team has intentionally made this seem like it's a Kojima thing. And that's why I'm just like, well, no studio they're not going to do that. It is clearly Kojima. But then the other side of the coin is Reddit made a thread of failures using the Wayback Machine to dig into old websites and old projects that they've worked on. And it goes back as far as February 2015. The game was, there was a game called Rewind made by Blue Box Game Studios. 2015, never released. Interesting that the website actually says, or the Wayback Machine says, it was made in Unreal and not Fox Engine or any other engine. Like the fact that they specifically say Unreal was a little surprising to me. And then in March 2015, they talk about a VR game, and the description sounds a lot like Silent Hill. And this is again for Rewind. Rewind TM is a cinematic first-person horror adventure game for the PC, Oculus Rift, and consoles. You play as Jim Walker, a professional paranormal investigator who lost his wife and daughter during a car accident 8 years ago. Jim has the desire to communicate with his wife and daughter one more time using EVP, electronic voice phenomena. And after a successful session, he started to work as a paranormal investigator for 8 years. Okay, it doesn't really sound like Silent Hill, I guess. Anyway, for 8 years, Jim experienced real hauntings, communications, and paranormal activities. He thought that he saw it all until he came across a haunted mansion hidden in High Hills Village. Okay, so a haunted mansion in the middle of a village. I guess that's the part that's sort of Silent Hilly. But Rewind ended up becoming The Whisper. The Whisper became a game called Unseen Faces. Unseen Faces became The Tales of the Six Swords, or that was another game they were making. That became The Haunting, and now we have Abandon. So that's the timeline. That's what Reddit stung up. And you constantly see people tweeting this thing where like, don't believe Blue Box Game Studios. It's all a big scam. And people are pretty upset about it at this point. Like everybody's kind of over the gag. We all know it's a gag. Most people, I think it's Kojima. I've been going along with it on Twitter. Like, oh no, I hope the developer's okay. And I've been jokingly doing that when in reality, I'm in my mind, I'm just like, this is totally Kojima. This, and the thing is, like, they tried to throw us off the scent with a Hassan reaction, right? Because I think it's Hassan. And it didn't work. Everybody still thinks it's Kojima. And then when you tweet basically what looks like Big Boss, and then you tweet what looks like a scene straight out of Silent Hill, everybody is just latched on more than ever to the fact that this is Kojima. And also then there's all these connections that people are making, like the song says the hills are silent or something. And there's all these loose connections that tie it back to Silent Hill. And as you know, PT was the game that got canceled. It was originally going to be a Silent Hill game. Things didn't work out between Kojima and Konami, and it never saw the light of day. I still have it on my base PS4. Never going to lose it because it's just gone if you don't have it anymore. And yeah. So if this is Kojima, I think I'm going to be a lot more excited. If it's Silent Hill, or if it is Silent Hill and it's a Metal Gear, I would be incredibly excited. If it's not Kojima, I don't really know what my reaction is going to be. And I don't know what the reaction of everybody else is going to be. It's going to, like, is the game, maybe the game will be cool. Maybe it'll be cool. But the fact that they did all this sort of teasing, I think it's going to leave a bad taste in people's mouths. Anyway, that's basically what's been going on with this Blue Box Game Studios thing. Let me know what you think about all of it, because for me, I'm over it. I just want to see whatever game they're going to reveal. I have to imagine it's coming during Gamescom would be my guess, right? And that's why they're doing the hype up now. Let me know what you think about all of it. Hey, if you like these sort of videos, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when I go live. My goal is 100,000 subs by the end of the year. Help me get there. Thank you so much. If you want to become a member, memberships are turned on. Thank you to all of the members. And fun fact, the internet has been out at my house for a few days. So I'm probably going to drive to Starbucks and upload this episode. So thanks, members, for helping me out with a cup of coffee and free Wi-Fi for a day or two. Hopefully it gets fixed soon. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll catch you for the next one. Bye for now.